My name is Marcia Smith, and I am a 45-year-old nurse practitioner, mom of two, wife of 17 years. I have lived in Winston-Salem since 2000, February of 2003.
I mean, that's like 20.
22 years. In the heavily populated areas where it's more apartment complexes type living, you do see more rubbish of like bottles or cans. We have had a recent issue with some of the homeless encampments that have affected that in certain areas, like near local larger stores. In the grassy or wooded areas that are off from the street, but you can sometimes, when the leaves fall, you see those areas and you see all the buildup. I definitely see it on a daily basis. I live in Winston-Salem, but I travel to Greensboro Monday through Thursday for work. And so I travel through 40, which goes through a good portion of Winston-Salem. And there's all kinds of things on the side of the road, on the highway especially. Bottles, cans, tires. So yes, plastic is always around.
If you had to guess, how long would you think it takes for plastic to decompose in nature?
Oh gracious. I don't know. I'm thinking probably 50 years, just general plastic, like clear plastic bottles, if they ever disintegrate. I don't know if they totally disintegrate um, on their own. I know certain kinds of plastics will disintegrate, but I don't know like what the window of time is. But I would assume it's a very long time.
It's actually, I looked it up, and it's like a pretty broad window. It can take 20 years, and then some can take up to 500 years.
Wow.
So, yeah, it depends on the type of plastic, but it can take like a long
And I can believe that though. You can believe that because you say to yourself, when people like stockpile things or have like buckets, like paint buckets, you know paint buckets last forever. I mean, they use those kind of buckets for long-term food storage. And so the goal is that they don't disintegrate quickly. So it's like, yeah, they must last a long time. Well, I think our highways definitely, like Highway 52, 420, part of 421, part of 40, I think will have the most trash that anybody would see. And then I think it goes to the more heavily populated areas in town. So towns where they have like apartment building style. Sometimes you see it in the lower income areas or the more urban development areas that are coming up, where they have a lot more like abandoned buildings and things like that. You'll see more trash or rubbish because people just assume they can throw things there. And then because those some of the older areas in Winston-Salem, because people have moved out, people have died out, and the areas are not being taken care of, and so you may see more trash around those areas. So people are not there to be able to complain about it, so it just ends up staying there for a while. I think because some people who don't ask the people who live there think that people don't care about those areas, and so people come from other areas and will dump trash in those areas if they see other trash there because they're like, oh, don't nobody care. But it's not that they don't care. It's just it may be a large population that is not really interested. Like if it's not bothering me, they don't sort of care. But for the people who may have been living there very long or they're invested in the neighborhood or the community, they do care, and they're fighting all the time trying to get resources to come out there, whether it's the city or the county or the state or whomever, to come and say, hey, look, this is happening here. This is affecting our living conditions. It's affecting rodents. It's affecting property values. It's affecting security. So there are people who care, and it's a long process. It's not an overnight thing.
Why do you think people litter?
Convenience. I can use my own self and family as an example, in a sense, like sometimes even in, not outside but inside my home, like they'll eat a pack of candy and instead of taking it to the trash, they'll just leave it right there because it's convenient to leave it right there. So I think a lot of people litter because of convenience. It's like, oh, well, I finished this soda at this event, don't take it with me out to the trash can, I'm just gonna leave it right here by my seat. So if we have a bulky item that we need to get rid of, then we just take it to the landfill, but then we have to pay for it. So it's a fee for us. Doing right by the environment improves the overall air quality, water quality, the rodent population. And so I think if people took more time just to do the right thing, like keep up around their area, if everybody took the mindset, I'm just going to keep up around my area, then things would look better because sometimes you have to lead by example. So if you try to keep your yard clean and your area clean, then your neighbors most of the time will do the same. But for the most part, if you do something, people are like, oh, well, I don't want my yard to be the bad yard, or I don't want my driveway to be the bad driveway. So they'll do the same.
Yeah, that's all my questions. Thank you.
You're
for this
welcome.
interview.
It's been a pleasure.
All right.
Good
I
luck.
hope-